It's 1993 and you're about to be transported back in time on a nostalgic journey, playing classic-style arcade games and attempting to manage your own business. This is Arcade Paradise VR, a game that puts you in the shoes of Ashley, a rebellious teenager determined to transform her father's laundromat into an arcade haven. In this video, we'll explore gameplay, mixed reality features, and more. So grab your headset and let's step back in time in the golden age of arcades. In Arcade Paradise VR, you step into the shoes of Ashley, whose job is to revive your old man's struggling laundromat business. Fun random fact, your dad is voiced by the same guy who voices Geralt from The Witcher. He can scold me anytime if you know what I mean. Anyway, back to the story. You quickly find out that you could actually make more money by running an arcade. But convincing daddy of that, however, is another story. As you progress through the game, you'll need to balance responsibilities of running the laundromat with growing your arcade empire. The blend of arcade gaming and management simulation keeps you hooked, and Arcade Paradise is definitely one of those just one more day type of games. Arcade Paradise actually started out as a flat screen game, but this conversion is built from the ground up for VR. This isn't just some janky port, you can actually grab objects and push buttons with your hands. However, the team at Nosebleed Interactive kept the arcade cabinet controls to your physical controllers themselves, instead of grabbing a virtual joystick or pushing buttons on the cabinets. I found this to be fine, as your actual controllers tend to be more responsive than the virtual ones. I hope that made some sense, as it's a bit difficult to explain without playing it. For gameplay, at its core, the game's all about balancing the mundane tasks of running a laundromat with the excitement of building your very own arcade. You'll start by tackling day-to-day responsibilities like picking up trash, doing laundry, and scrubbing toilets. It might not sound glamorous, but it's surprisingly fun in VR, and of course, every chore helps you to earn some money to help fund your arcade. There's two different types of currency. Dollars, which you can earn from the laundromat and your arcade machines, used to buy more games and space expansions. But you can also use pounds, which you can earn through a daily changing to-do list. The to-do list may include tasks like playing certain games or getting certain scores with them. With pounds, you can purchase upgrades that make life easier, like shoes that give you the ability to run, or trash bags that hold more trash in one go. And let's not forget the main attraction, of course, the arcade games themselves. Arcade Paradise VR boasts an impressive collection of 39 fully playable arcade games, each with its own unique gameplay, missions, and high scores to chase. From classic platformers with trademark-friendly, semi-familiar titles, there's something for everyone. You don't exactly have 100% complete freedom to place the cabinets where you want, but the game is generous. There are certain spots that fit the size cabinet you're trying to place, and you're free to move them around within those spots. Now let's talk about what sets Arcade Paradise VR apart from its flat-screen predecessor, the VR-specific features. The developers at Nosebleed Interactive wanted to make sure that this isn't just a simple port, but a game that truly leverages virtual reality. First and foremost, while there are 39 total fully playable arcade games, 12 of them have been designed from the ground up specifically for VR, and 6 of them are actually exclusive to the VR title. They've also included a mixed reality mode, which I discovered by accident. Once you purchase this fancy VR machine for your arcade, put the headset on and you get transported into your room. Then, using the game's placement tools, you can position any arcade cabinets you've unlocked wherever you'd like in your room, and play them, of course. If you've ever wanted your own personal arcade in your room, this is it, and it really motivates me to unlock more cabinets so I can really test how many machines I can stuff in one room. While I'm only about 6 hours in at the time of this recording, probably more by its release, I haven't nearly unlocked all the cabinets yet, and I still keep expanding my space, and there's still some features I don't think I've unlocked yet. So this is the potential to be a nice longer form sim game for VR that I know many of us have been craving. I love how there's always something to do, whether you're focusing on laundromat tasks like cleaning and doing laundry or working on your arcade. The game does a great job of keeping you engaged and motivated. I also really appreciated the variety and quality of the various arcade games. It's clear that a lot of love and attention to detail went into crafting each and every one of these games, and it shows. Each game really feels like a fully realized experience in its own right. Of course, no game is perfect, and there were a few things about the early access build that I tried that were a bit wonky, but might be fixed by release. One of my main gripes was some of the wrist movements required for certain tasks, like interacting with the safe or washing machines. At times, these movements required some really uncomfortable IRL movements to get right. I also encountered a few bugs during my time with the game, particularly around task tracking. There were a couple of instances where I completed a task like running 5 dryers at once, but the game didn't seem to register it properly. Again, I imagine these bugs are to be expected and hopefully to be ironed out before launch. Finally, I was a bit confused on how the passage of time works while you're playing the arcade games. I'd been told at GDC that time would freeze when you're playing a game so that you could focus on high scores and completing the game-based to-dos without worrying about the laundromat. However, in the build that I played, this didn't seem to be the case, which made it a bit tricky to balance my time between playing games and keeping the laundromat running smoothly. Again, this could just be an early build issue that might be addressed in the final release. Despite these minor gripes, I still had a blast with Arcade Paradise VR and can't wait to see how the final game shapes up. The one more day gameplay loop, the handcrafted arcade games, and the mixed reality mode all come together to create an experience that feels fresh, fun, and full of nostalgic 90s fueled charm. Arcade Paradise VR is coming out for the Quest soon, so make sure to wishlist, and I'll even include a handy link in the description for you. Anyway, I have an arcade to manage, so as always, keep on creating and never lose that drive to improve. I'll see you on the next one.